Akweke, TVC News, Calabar.
Let's return to our top story about the impeachment of Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, and now the emergence of Mojisola Meranda as the new speaker. Joining me in the studio for more on this conversation is public affairs commentator Judy Benson. Good to have you join us here.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
If it hadn't been for what has just happened, in June, Mudashiru Obasa would be celebrating 10 years as Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Did you see his impeachment coming? What could have gone wrong?
I didn't see it coming, but I'm at least excited that it has happened. Mudashiru Obasa spending 10 years as Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. The motto of the Lagos State House of Assembly is above the common standards of excellence. That is a house that has produced the likes of Honorable Kinyomi, Senator Adeleke Nimbe Mamora, and a few other people. I think that Obasa's ascension to Speaker was a legislative mistake, error, misadventure in the first place. Such a fate should never have befallen Lagosians.
And we know that the lawmakers have listed a number of allegations against him. They've spoken, for instance, they've spoken about gross misconduct, abuse of power, financial mismanagement. But we keep hearing these terms whenever a lawmaker is impeached. Is there any underlying, could there be any underlying reasons?
Well, those are, they've given convenient reasons for taking him out. I mean, gross misconduct is vague, abuse of power is vague. But personally, I mean, there are 2 or 3 instances that I can cite, which I think that this incident should have happened long before now. A few months ago, when the governor of Lagos State presented the 2025 appropriation bill, I think we were completely off guard when he reduced that activity or that event to his own political ambition. And one of the things that he said in the delivery of his speech was that the people who have been governor before him are not better. And I take that very personal, because I don't think that he can hold a candle to some of the people who have been governors of Lagos State. Not Akinwumi Ambode, not Babatunde Radifashola. In the pecking order, he will be nowhere near them. There's a Yoruba saying that Ujuluro to Koelepo Medie, if you'll allow me to interpret, it is because it rained. That's why you have chickens and hens and ducks on taking refuge in the same place. I don't think that Obasa is somebody who should have featured in presiding over a House of Assembly such as a Center of Excellence for 2 terms and going on the 3rd term. It shouldn't have happened in the first place.
But how do you see this development impact the politics of Lagos, especially as it counts down to the 2027 elections?
It's one less thing to worry about. I mean, Obasa is not anybody that we should lose sleep over. There are more credible people in the race to allow our governor's office in 2027. He's not one we should have worried about. Apart from the fact that, yes, he was politically astute, but Lagos State deserves more than somebody like him, and I'm happy that his colleagues saw the reason to finally pull the rug off his feet. I was following the news at some point, and I saw that there was a Black Maria outside the venue. So it meant that if he was in the country, maybe there would have been a fracas or there would have been chaos or mayhem. But it's a good thing that they allow him to junket on the junketing that he has gone on before this happened.
Do you think this was made easier because he was out of the country? Do you think it should have been as easy as this?
Oh, it wouldn't have been as easy if he was around. So, but I'm happy that it happened without anybody losing sleep. And there appeared to be a consensus. Majority of his colleagues in the House of Assembly knew that his time was up. So it's a good thing again that it has happened. I cast my mind again back to when the governor presented his commissioner nominees sometime last year as well. I think it was during that point again that he said that those who live in glass houses should not throw stones. Look, political disagreements and conflicts are an everyday thing, but there are positions that you occupy that you don't use those seats or those tables to settle scores.
All right. As it is now, we have a new speaker, the first female speaker in Lagos. What do you consider the priority tasks ahead of her?
Well, to make the members of the House of Assembly know that they occupy a place of responsibility, regardless of the constituency that they represent. I don't envy her. She's stepping into very big shoes. Whether she's fit for that position as of now, it's a different thing. But it's good for the female folk. It's good in the terms that good riddance, pardon my French, to Obasa. And I hope that considering the fact that they've decided to suspend all principal officers and to dissolve all the committees, they would have a proper rethink before those committees are constituted again. Because look, what happened in 2023 shows that, look, Lagos is not in the hands of anybody anymore.
And somehow I'm tempted to ask you if you have Any personal issues with Mudashiru Obasa?
It's not personal, but I just think that Lagos deserves better. His lot is not the type that should have befallen Lagosians. 10 years is a long time for somebody in the ilk of Obasa. Like I said, a house that had somebody like Adeleke Mamora, a house that had somebody like Honorable Kinyomi, a house that paraded the likes of Jide Omowurare, a house that paraded the likes of Ola Animasham. There are better people that could have sat in that position that he had for almost 10 years.
And if, as he is, another political party,
yes.
some of the big opposition political parties pick him as a candidate, bring him into their fold, should APC lose sleep over that?
I can bet everything on that. No serious party would want to field an Obasa as a candidate. And if mistakenly that happens, I don't think that anybody worth their sense would cast their vote for him. Maybe, I mean, he definitely has foot soldiers. Yeah, those people can decide that they want to vote for him. But, I mean, when it comes to a state like Lagos, there will be issues on the table in the build-up to the elections. There will be debates. I'm not sure that he's one that can hold Lagosians by whatever it is that he has to say or tell us.
And if he chose the path of remorse?
Well, I mean, many times they always told the path of remorse. I mean, he will have his tail in between his ties now. It's the fate that has befallen some people before him, deputy governors, and, you know, some other people who have held positions. I don't think that he has much of a choice. That's the part that he has to toe, that's of remorse.
Jide Benson, public affairs commentator, thank you very much for your time on TVC News at 7.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's now move on to some other stories. Booth to booth for President